Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Taurus for October 2021. So Taurus, we're in the sign of Libra and the element is air and the theme is balance, the scales of justice, so tipping the scales. So let's see how you're faring with your balance. The devil, too much work, Taurus, maybe. Really, Capricorn is the devil. It's all about addictions too, the devil. It's sort of balancing. Now, with Taurus, I'm guessing this addiction might be work. So, you are methodical plotters, but let's see exactly what is the meaning of this for you. Where you are right now, you're nearly there. So work, you've been really working hard to the detriment of everything else in your life, but you're nearly there, Taurus. It's almost like, yeah, well, you know, we're in October, it's the 10th month of the year. So we're coming to the end. This is the time of year when people start to relax a bit, and the Nine of Wands is definitely completion. So you will get over the line. The work ethic will sort of be taken over by something else very soon. Hopefully it's more about family and other people, but let's just see what's influenced this completion coming in. Hard work, lots of it. Clarity with the King of Swords. So the King of Swords comes in and he's a very clear thinker. He's a rational, clear thinker. He's usually somebody of a high, quite a high opinion of himself in terms of he's usually a lawyer, a doctor, or that ilk. But he's coming through to say, okay, you know, it's time to just perhaps, you know, be clear about what's next. You know, what are you going to do next? New ideas, new clarities on where you sit in your world, Taurus. A lot of work though, but he is clarity. Let's see what was going on in August, September. That is still current. Yeah, just sitting back, observing, watching the flow of life go by, not really participating, just spectating a bit there, bit of a lull there from all this work. So maybe you're thinking to yourself, oh, you know, my life's just been all work this year, but you've accomplished a lot. It's nearly coming to an end, and then it will be replaced by a different energy, obviously, Taurus. So you're sort of thinking about that and needing to have had a rest. Absolutely. And that's still current, so think on. Recent influences. The Hanging Man, going with the flow. Yes, you're good goers with the flowers, you Taurus people. However, the Hanging Man talks about sacrifice. So there has been an extraordinary amount of sacrifice for you. You've been really working hard to achieve your goals this year, but their results will come in time. It's not going to be that instantaneous, oh wow. And Taurus, of all the signs, is the least, they are the least of people who are going to go, oh, but I want it now. They are very methodical in their plans, and they know that everything takes time, and they're willing to be patient to wait for the result to come in. So if you really don't be expecting an immediate result, but the result will come in the new year, where you will really sort of see all this dedication to work will pay off. But it's time to sort of just wrap it up now and sort of let's move forward. Let's see the lesson you'll be learning. Oh, and we're going into the realm of emotions and romance and offers and all those things to do with relationships. Somebody special sitting there who's been waiting for this moment to come. Very idealistic person. Might be your other half, actually, Taurus, that's sort of thinking, oh my God, you know, when is this person going to stop just working like a dog all the time? So there's a nice energy coming in with this Knight of Cups. Very idealistic though, and for Tauruses, they're not really into idealism, they're more into practicality, get it done. They're not sort of dreamers or overly emotional in that way. They just believe they have to just complete the work and then the good things come later. So that's interesting, and as I said, it could possibly be your other half. Near future. And then we have timing. Timing is everything, and this is the card of divine time. Everything happens when it's meant to happen. Not on our watch, it is just that divine universal time where it happens when it's going to happen and not when we want it to. So it's a really nice card. And this talks about November, December. Sagittarius time is going to be really important for you. So wrapping things up, and then by the time we hit Sagittarius in the 3rd week of November, things should really be, yep, it's done, it's dusted. Now I can just sit back and just have a bit of a relax and get back to all the other aspects of my life. What's happening that you're not realizing? The High Priestess, high intuition, very intuitive here, Taurus. Keeping things to yourself once again. Being very feeling about things, using your feelings, not your brain, not your sort of grey matter. It's about feeling your way through situations. How do you feel? How do other people feel? What about your other half whilst you're busy working your tail off? It's also about there's always someone special for all of us in many different ways, but this particular energy says, well, come next March, there will be things happening where you'll be a lot more sort of connected to that, the feeling side of yourself, but also feeling about how other people feel. Especially, for me, it keeps coming back to, I keep getting the other half, your other half. And if you don't have another half, there will be another half. Some shape or form. Let's see how others see you. Oh, work. Working really hard, working well with others, really sort of sharing the workload. You're seen as a very hard worker, Taurus, and we know that by this card, and this is how people see you. Always striving for the excellence, for moving on with your work. But it's a very spiritual card as well, which reminds us that there are big lessons also to learn in working with others, but then there's big lessons to learn about teacher and student. So what have you been? Have you been this teacher? Maybe. Now I'm thinking it's time to be a bit of a student and move into other aspects of your life after this is wrapped up. Nice card though. What you're feeling positive about? Jealousy. So there is a bit of jealousy going on. Deceit too. And this could be just you going, oh yeah, but I'm doing all this work because, but then again, be honest with yourselves. And, you know, think about the other people around you. And it's interesting, this male influence. However, you know, there's jealousy there. So it's like, oh, why are they just always constantly working? What about me kind of energy? So fit that into your own life the way you want it to, but just be aware that there is that sort of hint of that whether it's you deceiving yourself, thinking, yeah, but this is great, but I'm really achieving what I want to achieve, but then you've got to incorporate all the other aspects of your life, Taurus. Okay, last card. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. So just remember that. So all work and no play makes boring life for others. So you have to be very cautious about, you know, looking out for more work and more things that seem really fantastic, and just wrap this one up and then have a bit of a break. Your message is pure understanding. The stillness of your heart reflects heaven on earth. As truth unfolds with no strings attached, the heart becomes simple and pure. Okay, so there you go, Taurus. Thank you so much for listening. Well done. But change is in the air and you've done a good job. Thank you for listening.